First up today though, we're going to take you to a photographic exhibition in Christchurch. The CCS project aims to show the highs and lows of living with a disability.
Steve Room is normally a very private person. Steve was born with no arms and he doesn't appreciate people staring. However, he agreed to allow photographer Hannah Johnson to document his life with his children, his ex-wife, and out exercising to show him as he really is.
And that's what I'm trying to do, is actually capture very personal moments.
Anastasia Del Monte was equally keen to be part of any project that promotes disability awareness. She was born with cerebral palsy, but she's always been determined to do what other people do.
Anastasia is, I guess she captured me really. Anastasia, again, I spent a lot of time with Anastasia. And I was sort of spellbound by all her stories from the world. She has so much life and personality and stories, and yet she can also be very quiet sometimes. I hope that's going to have captured a bit of that.
Why I took all this on was to possibly change one life, that be it of a young person with a disability. Even if there's a mum and dad out there and they've just come home with a child that's been born with a disability, is to give them some hope, some encouragement, and help change the attitude throughout society.
I am interested in promoting disability and the need for more people to be more aware.
Steve says Hannah made being photographed easy.
You wouldn't even know that Hannah was there, and I think that that's why these pictures are so powerful and empowering. There was nothing staged. She just click, 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 click. You didn't know she was there. And she's caught some amazing images.
The portfolio of images is a result of 2 years' work undertaken by Hannah after graduating from the Canterbury University School of Fine Arts. Hannah was invited by CCS to join their disability awareness project, Our Stories.
What sort of hit me very much in the beginning was that I saw the disability rather than the person, and that has been my journey, to actually make these pictures about the person rather than the disability.
Hannah has tried to evoke something of the inner person in every photograph she has taken.
And I think what captured me with this moment was to realise that, yeah, this boy, even though he's in a wheelchair, he really likes chasing these birds, like all the other kids. When I made that picture, it's sort of like, you know, it works when you're making the picture. It's like, I can feel it in my heart that, yeah.
Photographer and fine arts lecturer Glenn Bush listened and talked to the people in the photographs. From 9 of these frank and intimate conversations, he wrote the book, The Man with No Arms and Other Stories.
They talk about relationships, they talk about work, they talk about wanting to be seen as normal and not different from everybody else.
When you see the book and read the book, the relationship that I've had with Glenn and Hannah has actually come out, and that's why the story's so powerful. It's enabled me to be me, tell the truth. It does look funny. And I think one thing that's came out is how much I smoke cigarettes. There's only, like I'm fagging in every photo. But that's me, I'm a bit nervy.
When Our Stories was launched at the Coca Gallery, many of the people who were part of the project were there to celebrate with friends and family. Anastasia says her family just expected her to get on with life. She's worked, travelled the world and had 5 children. Her youngest, Shadrach, is now her live-in carer. Always focused on self-improvement, Anastasia is now writing her memoirs and learning several languages. She says she's made compromises and got around her disability, but she gets frustrated that the needs of people in wheelchairs are often ignored.
1981 was International Year of the Disabled. And really, what has actually happened?
Anastasia hopes being involved in this project might open some eyes to the needs of disabled people. Reflecting how well she's managed her life, Anastasia feels entitled to take a bow.
I'm quite pleased with myself, actually. I think I've done a good job.
Steve says being treated as a normal kid in his own family set him up for an independent life.
Mum and Dad have always encouraged me to be versatile. I'm able to pretty well go to any house or anywhere and do things.
Steve has spent his life trying to blend in, striving to overcome his limitations, but he admits society isn't always supportive.
When I'm with my children and my impairment is thrust upon them, that's when I get really frustrated. A lot of people will look more.
Since his marriage ended, Steve has been living alone, and that's been taking its toll on him physically. For the first time, he has a personal carer 3 times a week. He's also being fitted for high-tech artificial arms to wear at home.
And I'll be able to have a better quality of life as a retiring gentleman.
Steve is hopeful that giving people a window into his life will show them that, with support, disabled people can do pretty much anything.